Good morning, folks. It's time to start work on the larger shape design of our next area, which is going to be a city steampunk where the land has been completely fractured and ripped apart, and it essentially is just floating in outer space. So, lots of little islands floating in the dark. Should be fun to play with. Let's see what we get into. I'm going to delete our cube, and I'm going to create a circle. And we're going to make it radius of 20, just to keep it manageable for right now. And fill it. And we'll go ahead and save too. Where are we? Up, new, 250819.1, live stream, fractured city. We probably won't do the whole city, but we'll do like a couple of block area, just because it's going to be big. Alrighty, so the first thing I think I want to do, I'm going to keep things relatively flat. Just kind of trying to decide how I want to do that, but I think what I'm going to do is quad remesh it to 5,000. Sounds good. And delete our original. Just to show you what that looks like. Quite a bit. Now, I think I'm going to use RBD Lab and fracture stuff. I'm going to do a standard scatter. That sounds fine. And a density of, I don't know, 400. Let's see if that works. Accept it. And then a single output. I'm going to call it ground. Fracture. And it's going to think for a minute. Perfect. Looking good. So the first thing I want to do is basically come here and grab at least most of this outside ring and delete it. So it doesn't have a sort of circular look to it. Cool. Now I like that. Now we're going to come in here and select all, and let's select the camera. Select all, and select random deselect. And sure, I'm just going to delete those. That's going to give us a very chaotic looking, but kind of cool, I'm into this ground area. Now, just going to do a little bit of moving, just a tiny bit. Move that off. Cool. Then we'll get rid of this one. Just kind of making it a little bit more how we want it. We'll move this one. Cool. That's looking good. Yeah, maybe we'll get rid of this or just move this one to here too. That works for me. Just taking a look. Let's get rid of that one. And take this one and move it slightly. Just creating a few more islands. And that'll be good, I think. Okay. Now, And inset, or let's see, join maybe. Or, no. Do we want to leave each one? This would be good. Okay, that's fine. Join them together. Or not. I did it, but no, I don't think I want to. Yeah, no, we're not going to. We're going to go to individual origins and scale them slightly in. So each one is now split apart by a bit. And we'll make sure it's the right amount later for scale. But it feels like that should be about right. Okay, and Control A, rotation, scale. Now we're going to join them together. A, join. Okay, so they're one object again. And size, 37 meters. Yeah, it makes sense. So let's say S20. Undo. Medium point, S20. View, 5,000. Come on. Global. Yes. S5. What's it doing? Medium point. That's very strange. Scale. Oh, I need to apply it first, don't I? Apply. There we go. That's why it's being weird. A, join. Scale. Yeah, now we're good. S20. Didn't apply my fracturing. So now we are up to 750 meters. It's big, but a lot of this is empty space, so that's okay. Maybe let's take it a bit bigger. Let's take it to 1 kilometer. Okay. And M, new collection, ground. This camera can go back to cameras. And we can just delete RTB labs. Good, simple. Where's ground? I don't know. All right, save. Now, let's take a look at tab. They do have individual faces. They're kind of weird. So we're at 3,000 faces. Let's just retopologize it again. Quad remesh back to 5,000. Delete the original one and tab, and that looks better. Yeah. Okay. And doesn't matter. Okay. Great. Now, I want to duplicate this. New collection, and we're going to call it just plan or map, for lack of a better word. Turn it off. This one, we are going to, I think we'll geometry nodes now, terrain or base it. It's giving us our ground. And again, very flat, but that's okay. I think I'm okay with that. And the way it works, because it's using a global noise texture for all of this, they kind of connect to each other, obviously, like they would if they were together. So it feels sort of congruous, which I like. Let's apply. Quite a few faces now, because this is big. All right. Well, it's okay. Maybe. Tab. A. E. Z. minus 10. Okay. There we go. And we're up to 2.5 million polys on our ground, which is more than I think we want. So let's save. And just try. I'm going to use this volume merge, but I'm not really merging anything, but it's just kind of a good way to do it. And set our voxel size to 1.5 and use voxels. Let's see how many that's going to give us. That gives us at 500,000, but they look kind of ugly still. Let's increase our interior, I don't know what it's called, but come here. Bandwidth to like 8. It's going to make it a lot smoother. Maybe even 10. And we got a couple joining together here where it touched, but that's kind of all right. I'm all right with that, I think. We could maybe go up. If we take it to 1, let's just see. That gives us to 1 million polys, but it does make a lot better otherwise. Okay. I'm into it. Let's apply all. Now the next thing I want to do is vary up the bottom a little bit. And I think how we're going to do that is go to weight paint and tissue and a weight formula of, let's see, minus NZ. Yes, that selects the bottom. Sweet. And we'll just call it group. Back to object mode. And now we definitely want to create a proxy object here. Cube. Where are we at? Where's our cube? So this checks our scale. So that means about right. Yeah, because our holes are about a little over 2 meters, like say 3 meters. Perfect. I did good. I done good. All right. Add a modifier. Differential growth. And we're going to set our voxel size to 1 meter. And then this and link copy modifiers. And we can get rid of this one. Now this thing here, use our vertex group. It's only going to grow down the bottom. We want it to grow to -1 with a growth modifier of like 8. I don't know. That feels like it has potential. And curvature multiply down to like 3. It's going to only more focus on the bottom parts. And scale of like 5. Let's see what that gives us. Let's save too. And play. Pause. That gives us some drippy bits. I think I want to actually make our scale smaller. I think I'm going to go the other way. Scale of 0.25. Let's try that. And let's just set our end to 15 just to be sure. Save. Play. I'm good with that. We've got a couple that went vertical because of the curvature. So let's try taking that even down more. Curvature multiplier to 1. So it should really only impact the other areas now. Let's see. That looks better. That might be enough. Let's see. That feels pretty good. Gives us that sort of rocky, what I mean, bullshit rocky, but whatever feel underneath. I'm into that. Let us apply all. And we're at just over 1 million polys. It's not too bad. Now, do I want to keep them all flat like this? It might be a little bit more interesting if they were separated up a bit. And I'm trying to decide what the best way to do that would be. I think we're going to come in here, tab, A, P, by loose parts. And that should give us each one of these islands back. Go back to object mode. Right? We got tons of them. 157. Okay, cool. It's not as many as I thought it could have been. All right, and now F3, random transform. We want location, Z. We're not going to transform rotation or scale, but Z up to 20. Yeah, that's cool. Now they're kind of floaty up and down a little bit, which will make for our bridges being a little bit more interesting. I think that's fun. I'm into that. Save. So let's just, and we can now, they're individual objects too, so we can move them, but let's put a person on here. I just want to check our scale, make sure that I'm not completely off. And generate a new human. Hey, Cobbler. Good to see you. Where's Kurt? Where'd he go? This is Kurt. He's not in ground. Kurt, how big are you? So these islands are not huge. Like they're like one house kind of vibes, but that's kind of neat. So this would be a smaller area of our city than yesterday. Yesterday we had like an area that was almost 200 meters across. This is going to be like smaller. Oh, but the only problem is now we're going to have to deal with our map and it's not going to line up perfectly anymore. Well, that's okay, I guess. We'll have to manually move some stuff because I really do like them having the height differences. I think that's better. And now let's give them turn off human gen. Hey, this guy, first off, give him auto turn, boom. Cool. And then A, control link materials. If we take a look at it now, we got our rock. Cool. And I'm just going to set my camera to be a bit brighter. 8. Just so I can see what the heck I'm looking at. That's fun. So now we need to decide how we want to handle buildings. And again, I made my life a bit harder than it necessarily might needed to have been by the fact that I moved them up and down. But whatever. Let's take a look at this. And where's human gen? Let's start with this island here. Let's turn off ground. Okay, that's a reasonably large island, which is good. We look at it. Yep. All right. So we could, maybe I'll just reuse one of my buildings from yesterday on this larger one. I think that might work out. Where's yesterday? Have it open. Here's yesterday. Let's try reusing this. I'll grab that one too. Copy objects. and paste. Yeah, it seems like that'll fit. Yes, that will be a good sized building for this. And let's turn back on ground so we know where we're going. And this Curia building, there we go. GZ down to like right there. Okay, and we can go up maybe a little bit more. Like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm into that. That's a fun building there. There's another really big one here. So maybe let's grab a couple of our existing buildings. Get the bigger one from over here. No reason not to reuse them. And we'll even grab that thing. Same project. We've moved to the next area outside the fleshy world. And this I'm going to move to M, new collection, building 1, create, cool. And then V, M, new collection, building 2, and G. Let's rotate it over. Maybe we'll put 2 buildings on this one. That'd be kind of fun too. Let's try. And then down there. And we can adjust our ground, obviously, if we need to. And we might, if it becomes visibly interesting or a problem. Okay, I'm going to turn off map, too. Okay, so we got that and that now. Do we have a third building, or can we just use building 1 again? Let's just use building 1 again. And 7, and let's try to... I don't know. Maybe I just join them all together. Props main. What's the modifier on it? Subdivide for displacement. I don't care. It's not adaptive anyway, so just apply it. Great. Or not. I'm just gonna get rid of it. I don't care. I don't think we're using that anyway. Cool. These 3 here. And join. Hey, Shayla. Good morning. Those are looking good. Let's just make sure the materials are all right still. I didn't screw it up before I start duplicating it off everywhere. Updating. Meshkas. That looks good. Cool. Again, we got to start being careful because... Oh, come on. Undo. What's in here? This and this. Join. Great. We might. I don't know. I haven't decided what the story is going to be, but in general, we're moving forward because we're kind of concept arting more than we're doing. Like, we're kind of telling a story while we concept art. So, okay, cool. So we got that. Let's just take building 2 and do the same thing to it. Super toroid. That can stay the same. Curia. This, 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 this. Join. Get rid of this stupid empty. Great. Alt D, G, R. Great. And then GZ. Up. And we can't do too much of this. Hey, Saskuna. We can't do too much of this just because we're going to explode our polys harshly. But we'll kind of build a square around here maybe, and that'll work out, I think. And then we're going to put some less high poly buildings in it as well. Let's also grab this thing. These are fun. We can use them instead of buildings, and they're not high poly. So, ooh, okay, now. just got the one now. Get rid of the road. That's our road from yesterday. There's this thing. Cool. And we can put it, I don't know. Let's see. We got a small one? Yeah. Here. Let's take a look. Cool. That's working for me. Yeah, it's sitting in good enough. That's fine. Okay. Didn't we have a fourth building? This, oh, something looks like it got weirded out here. Let's see. Yeah, it did not. That one did not like joining together, did it? My UVs went weird. Betcha. Let's just take a look and fix it real quick. Tab. Yeah. Previous section was just a plaza in our area. This is, come on. There we go. Concrete grime. Select. You. Come on. Cube project. Yeah, just basically it was one little one of these islands. You just couldn't see any other islands from the middle of it. So. Tab. I think that's off, but better. Yeah, okay. And UV editing. Let's scale it. I don't know what happened, but select. Yeah. Concrete grime. Cool. S4. Take a look. I just wanted to get the buildings made yesterday before I had tried to start doing this too. Even that should probably be bigger. S4. Oh, I know what the problem was. Yeah, okay, but are they changing? Ooh. This should be huge now. Is it changing? Doesn't look like it's changing them. That's bizarre. Okay. Let's undo. Let me come back and see. What's going on here? Sometimes these old Kit Bash 3D buildings are a pain in my ass. This is the way they did things. They weren't really particularly well thought out for Blender, in my opinion. Which is why they were, FBXs originally too. Okay, that's concrete grime. Select. Let's just solo it. Solo it. Shift hide. Okay. So UV maps. Okay. I think I know what the problem is. That looks like the problem. Let's delete that one. And delete this one. And U cube projection again. Okay, let's see if that fixes us. Betcha it does. Now, S4. 5. Update, come on. Did it change it? Cube projection again. Concrete grime. Just want to look. Should be good. Flat, linear. Yeah, there's nothing weird going on with that. Okay, what's going on with my UVs here? Always a fun. Rename it to just UV map. Although it should just take the first one anyway. It shouldn't matter. That's all that, right? Yeah. A. You know, let's just try it this way. See if it's being weird. S5. There we go. That's better. Merge by distance, just to see if there's something weird. Was there any? I don't know. All right, well, whatever. It's fine. Hey, Michael. Good morning to you, too. Or whatever time it is to other people. To you and I, it's morning. Now, that's better. Okay. Come back to our whole thing. Good. Do I need to do the same thing to this one? This one also foobarred. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Well, we can fix them both. I think we figured out what the problem was. UV maps. Yep, that's the problem again. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Gonna make it all one. Cool. Now, UV editing. Again, these old kit bash buildings were a pain in my ass sometimes. Where's BRT concrete? There we go. We just want that one object. Okay, select. Great. You're going to UV project it. Cube projection. S5. Tell me it worked. It worked. Cool. That was easier. You get it right the first time, you figure what you're doing wrong, it gets faster. Who knew? So these snow things definitely slow everything down too, by the way. This would be a lot faster were it not for the snow, but what are you going to do? Actually, I see one more thing I think we need to update here. Let's just do it. Tab. This is probably, yeah, metal tubes dirt. Select. Well, you smart project. Let's see what that even gives us. Looks like we lost it. Yeah, okay. I can live with that. That's fine. Cool. Anyway. Okay. So we've kind of put buildings on too tiny of our islands compared to everything. But we're all right. And again, I think we're just going to keep reusing this building a little bit. Let's just try that a couple times. We're not really trying to lay out what the video game level for this whole thing would be as much as a concept of what this city could look like. So this does not necessarily have to be fully formed, finished to a video game level. Whatever you want to call it. The snow is just are just textural groups in the materials. We did them yesterday. They're those ones that we added, but they're just node groups. Go on, but I think because they probably are using some subsurface scattering and whatever else, whatever the reason, they are very slow. They definitely slow things down a lot, which is unfortunate. But you know, whatever. Let's put this guy here and RZ 180. Rotate him around, and. Or not even, maybe let's go to like more like that. Yeah. And then GZ down and in as well. Cool. Now, did we do a third building? I thought we did. Yeah, we did. We did this big building here, which we can use. Copy objects. New collection. Building 3. Yeah, it's not the geometry. The geometry is fine. It's literally just, well, and these roofs are very heavy. So that's the other thing too, is that in terms of geometry, this roof structure thing that we made, they're cool, but they're there's a lot of polys on them probably from these curves, these rotations, which we may chill out on just to kind of cut it down some, because it's intense. That's fun though. Let's move that, which is our front. That's our front. Okay. G. Well, maybe not. So we can. I mean, we can just scale up this ground, but let's do that. Active element, right? No, fine. 3D cursor, S, Shift Z. There we go. Now our ground is the right size. We'll take our building again and bring it down in. Okay. Cool. Save. And I don't know if I want to deal with it. Let's just make sure, if it looks right, I'm not going to join them together just because I don't think I'm going to use a lot of this building. I don't feel like dealing with it. And damn it, I UV'd it yesterday. I'm not doing it again. Come on. Why you got to hurt me this way? Yeah, that still looks good. Okay. Cool. Let's take it and 7 and Alt D, G. Rotate it around. Cool. Let's put it a couple different places. But hopefully not so many that it becomes incredibly obvious that we're reusing it. We can always add some pipes and stuff too to kind of hide that. Good deal. Exactly. Cool, literally. Now, let's take a few more of my little gear bob thing here and liberally sprinkle it around. There. And the good thing was it's very low poly. Medium point, yeah. So we can throw this thing in here and make this one a bigger one. All over the place. Give us some visual interest and not blow ourselves up with those roofs. Okay. Save. And I'm into that. Let's put a few buildings that don't have the funky roof on them. Because, like, not every Japanese building even has the funky roof. Far from it. So I don't feel bad about them not. Maybe let's go back to our Roman ones here. Just find a few sort of... We'll have to then rematerialize them, but that's fine. Let's grab this guy here. The villa. Copy objects. And new collection. Villa. And cool, that's definitely smaller. And way less polys. So, all good. Okay. And we come here. Where's Villa? Villa C. Select hierarchy. Let's just join it together now and kind of adjust its materials to be what we want. Concrete Rome is BRT concrete grime. Well, we got multiples of them, but they're all the same. Window blackout, the original window blackout. Roof clay tiles, we're going to make that panels, and we'll just adjust it. Concrete old smooth, we're going to make that BRT concrete. And concrete painted, we'll go with the original concrete painted. And let's see what that looks like. Seems all right. Seems like we did pretty close to what I wanted. Yep, that's fine. I'm not even going to re-UV it. I think we're just going to let it go the way it is. Make our lives even easier. Of course something happened to make the ground split and drift. Do you know what it is? No. But this is the Chaos Lands. So the further in we go, what I've been trying to do is make it more and more wonky, right? So like if you think about it, High Rock, where we've started long ago, back in, what, May, was very normal. And we've kind of been moving into stranger and stranger places. And we're continuing to do that. But what caused it, we haven't talked about. Okay, that's cool. I'm going to grab another one of these bad boys here. Bring it over to here. Just for visual interest. Cool. I like that. Now we can take this villa. We're just going to use it again. Probably a couple times. Initially, I had thought I was going to sort of try to place them automatically or procedurally, but I think I might just put them down myself. Might be easier. Cool. And again, any place where the ground is weird and we notice, we can fix it. Yeah, it's a little bit more, I think it's going to be a little bit more intense than global warming, but RZ 180. There we go. Just to rotate that out. Cool. And maybe we grab another building. I'm going to avoid those sort of complicated Roman roofs. We want, if any building we grab that doesn't have a funky roof, we want it to be pretty simple. So maybe this one. Villa E. Join. And G. Ooh, yeah, that looks like it might fit. Let's see. I think I can make it fit. I'm pretty sure I can make it fit. Cool. And we actually, I don't even mind that that connects. We'll just leave that like it is. And this building here, let's try concrete painted. Windows blackout. Roof clay tiles becomes panels. Concrete room becomes BRT concrete grime. Old smooth becomes BRT concrete grime. That should be good. Let's see. Taking a look. Yes. That's fun. I'm into that. And these are generic enough buildings that we can reuse these pretty commonly without worrying too much about it, which is good. Good deal. Cool. We're going to need to add some focal points in just a minute, but that's fine. Take this one. Okay, it's going to go across that thing, but I don't care. Good deal. Mm-hmm. Cool. Nice. Grab another gearbox thing over to here. And then another one over to here. Obviously, by doing that random height change, we slowed down placing stuff a lot, but I also think we made it look a lot cooler, so that's fine. Okay, so that's we've kind of done that first, almost that first ring all the way around now. Now let's just do a bit more. Let's grab this bad boy. Over to here. Okay. Let's rotate it around. There we go. To there. This is just initial placement, so if something has to change, we can do that. Cool. And Let me grab one more building. Let's see, from Rome. What else do we want to grab from Rome? Let's grab this one. This just looks kind of more housey. Villa A. Where do we put them? Oh, it's helpful I'm in the right file. There we go. Villa A. Join those together. And again, concrete painted. Windows blackout. Panels. Concrete grime. All the benefits of doing the thing yesterday is this is way faster now than it would have been to try and build all this at the same time. It would have been almost impossible in my opinion. Let's put that, yes, that'll fit right there. Okay. Good deal. And Alt-D, and we can put it up here too. Okay, and then there's no reason we can't kind of combine them into making sort of smush structures. So let's try that. Let's take this one and Alt-D and bring it over here and GZ, bring it up, and we can take this one and copy rotation. There we go. And GZ up. And local. Bring it in a little bit so it's touching. Cool, so it's part of the same structure now. Cool. That's starting to give us some space. I'm just going to need to make sure that when we're shooting, we don't have a lot of empty ones past it necessarily, but fog will help with that too. I'm going to take a break out from that now. And let's see about connecting a couple of some bridges. And I'm thinking we'll use platform generator. I'm thinking we will use, does this one have a bridge? I don't remember. Let's just look at it and see. Off. I don't see a bridge here, but let's see if we put a bridge on it. What does it do? I make this. Let's just delete these two. And we make this a bridge, a sign. That has a bridge. Great. Cool. I think we can use this as our default for it. And then tweak it. I actually kind of like it. Copy objects. And up to, where's collections? Did I get rid of it by accident? I did. Let's do a new one then. Did you give it to me? Collection 10, yes. And we'll call it, I don't know. Normally I just call collection because I'll leave it on. Components. I actually have to name it this time. Put it in components. Okay, and get it the heck out of our way. Now, let's just come to here and in scene collection, Shift A, mesh, plane new collection platforms. Okay, so this one, let's make it twice as big. 2 meters, 4 meters wide on average. 4 meters sounds good. And tab 2 EX. Cool. GZ. Let's move this whole thing so it's not going to the higher part. Yeah, there we go. It's very narrow. We can move that though. We don't have to be quite that abrupt. Okay, that'll work. Now let's grab our, where to put it? That to this, link, copy modifiers, delete the original. Come back to our platform. Cool. Now let's take a look at what it's got. First thing, it needs a base of ground. Although this one matters less because it's walls and not platforms. But we still want it to go down there. Thank you, sir. Nice to see you, Davey. Okay. I want to remove the stuff that's sitting on top of it. I don't want any of that crap right now. Scatter on platform, density of 0. Scatter on perimeter, density of 0. And scatter on perimeter 2, density of 0, for right now. Anyway. Okay, that takes us to that. That's fun. Cool. Now, go back in, edit the sucker again. Tab. Turn off in edit mode. 2, 7, E. Touches. Cool. Let's see what that does for us. Stairs there. Cool. Good deal. And let's try making this one here. Add 2 more to it and make it a balcony. New plus assign. Or even a bridge. Yeah, let's make it a bridge. Yeah, I was going to do that originally. X3 assign bridge. Let's see how that looks for us. It's a simple bridge, but I'm into that. That's fine. I like it. So we need to go through real quick now over to our components. And we need to make them snowy, which is going to be a pain in my ass. But let's see if we can just do it with BRT. Grime. If we just use the same material, that would be amazing. Let's see. Beam, brace. We're going to try this for starters because it'll be fast. And if we have to adjust them, great, we can do that. Metal green is our railing. I'm going to make that distressed hull, which also already has our snow on it. Posts. concrete grime. Concrete grime. We haven't even used near all these components yet, but let's just get them set up right. Steel, distressed hull, steel pillar, distressed hull. I'd start making environments. In all seriousness, like there's not really this sort of thing is more feel than it is anything else. So you just, if I want to start making start learning how to make environments, I would start making environments. I would start with environments that I am passionate about, preferably that aren't too big. That'd be the other thing too. Like I think, yeah, we'll keep bench. Sure, why not? I'd work on things that are like, I don't know, maybe 100 feet on a side, no bigger than that. I don't know. We don't have any scatter right now, so I'm not gonna worry about it. That should fix us, right? Let's see. See what it looks like. That is snowy. Okay, so the top thing, we need to adjust that. And it's because it's just using in them here, right? Platform generator. Planks, no planks, yes. Where's our... Come on. Walls. Yes. Wall material is BRT concrete grime. Where's our other collection? Railing. It's fine. Procedural railing. No material there. Where's our floor? Steps. None of that's real. All that's good. We don't even have a bridge connection. I see. It just does a fake bridge. Got it. Well, that's okay. I mean, depends what kind of environment you're making, right? Like if you're making a natural environment, you need assets, whether you make them or buy them or whatever. But if you're starting with trees, I wouldn't make them. I would just go buy Botanic or something. If you wanted to do city stuff, I'd say having some assets is good. The biggest thing is just to have an idea what you want to make. If you don't know what you want to make, you're just going to go in circles a whole bunch. Did I miss this platform? This is just a top thing that I missed. Components. Select objects. Just take a look. Bet you I missed one. Once you know what you want to make, it's the first step towards coming up with how to do it. No? Okay, that's all snowy. So where I'm missing a material somewhere that's just kind of not working for us. Where is it? What have I missed? Let's go back slowly. Come on. Home office is always a good... I mean, again, like, are we talking interiors, exteriors, natural, man-made? Like, these are all things that really vastly differentiate what you're going to do. Realistic or stylized. Like, Shayla does more stylized stuff than I do. I don't need to make all of my own assets because photorealism is pretty universal, and that gives you the advantage of being able to use other assets that you might not be able to use if you're doing something that was more cartoony. I don't want to make cartoony things, so no planks, yes. Come on, Seth, where are you? What am I missing? Just gonna turn everything on. There's no procedural supports, that's fine. Type pillars and walls, yes. Pillars, good. Braces, good. Pavement material, there it is. Come on, I knew I was missing it. That should fix that. Yep, there we go. Now we're getting it. Nice and snowy. Cool. Save. It's very basic platform, but given the size of everything else here, that's fine. I'm not too worried about that. Let's just edit it again. Over here, Shift A, plane. And we're going to add a plane. It's going to be 4 meters again. Cool. And R, and GZ, and tab. 2. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. E across to here. Is that going down, I guess? Yeah, that does go down. Cool. And then E again. Take it out to like there. Great. This will make a bridge. Let's just check this one out. Second connectivity is there. Good. And again, let's just edit it. A, not A, L, GZ. Bring it up a bit. Cool. EZ. And then that should create a little stair, right? Yeah. I don't really want ladders on this one if I can avoid it. Come on. What are you doing? Okay, that's the problem. There we go. Oh, I reuse a ton of my own work. At least within the same world all the time, but even beyond that too, yes. I see no reason not to reuse your work. It's your work. I come from a very, how to put it, functional design process. I work in TV and we don't have time for this bullshit. You know, I make my own things. I'm not artisanal. I am functional. There we go. I like that. Let's do it on the same one on the other side here too. I don't have time to be artisanal. And when I'm working, even when I'm doing, like when I'm doing stuff for myself here, I'm working as if I'm working for practice. So all of these artsy whatever, yeah, I don't care. Cool. Nice. 2 going on. Let's just see if we can't just reuse this whole thing. Cool. Cool. That probably should be stairs now, shouldn't it? Just regular material. Assign. And that means we're going to want, let's see, planks, supports, no base under stairs. Bit of both. I make my own textures. I tend to modify other people's textures a ton. Again, whatever is fastest is what I'm going with. Let's see if we've got that. What if we put a base under our stairs? What does it give us? It's going to go to something. Yeah, I don't even want it. It's fine. No base under stairs. Nice. I don't really believe in rules for this sort of thing. There's only what gets the job done in a way you feel good about. And if you feel good about it, great. Great. Oh, that one's way down there, isn't it? That's a neat one. Okay. Interesting. ArtStation has a bunch. Superhive has a bunch. Lots of places. Okay. Yes. Cool. And again, that's way steep. We're going to come out. Let's go to normal. Yes. Well, maybe, but yeah, it does go down. I thought it might, but then we just bring it back up again. Cool. We'll come back out of that. Yeah, I mean, no, there's so many add-ons to sort of stuff. It's sort of whatever feels good to you. Honestly, I use a lot of the SketchUp warehouse because it's useful and it's free. But you find whatever you want. That's cool. And I'm going to make this normal as well, right? Yeah. So it's a big, long stairwell. Cool. Into that. So we're just kind of building across and around. Use whatever's on sale. Let's try doing that. Another huge one. I wonder now this time. Let's see if we can't make this one kind of crazy. Cool. And then this one. Normal. Down to like there. Cool. Good deal. No. Undo. I like it there. Cool. Global. E. Great. E. And GZ. We want to go that way? It's kind of neat, but yeah. Maybe we don't. As I look at it, I think I'm going to get rid of this whole thing. Cool. Yeah. L. Shift D, G over to here instead. Yeah, let's do it this way. That'll be better. Over to here. There we go. Oh, I never use SketchUp. I just use SketchUp Warehouse. SketchUp Assets. You don't use SketchUp. SketchUp Warehouse is the online free collection of SketchUp assets that's been around for like 20 years that people have made. It is a staple of the film industry for finding things like couches and that sort of thing. And I think it has IKEA's entire library in it too. Let's just make it all that. SketchUp itself, I'm not into at all, but there's a free plugin that lets you import SketchUp assets, or you can use DAEs, right? DAEs and do it that way. And that's worthwhile. Cool. So we got that going across. Good deal. So all these are jumping. Let's do this one. But let's do it from here. Mesh plane, 4 meters. Cool. I don't know, just Google search on Blender SketchUp plugin. You'll find it. It's not on any of the major sites. It's just it was on GitHub, I think, but you know, you'll find it. Mm-hmm. And make that. Where am I going here? Normal. EX2. Did it go the right way? No. Oh, right. That's why. As soon as I do that, it doesn't do it anymore. Just global. E. We'll do it manually. Good enough. Proportional on. Yeah, we'll try smooth. Make it kind of rounded. There we go. I live in Vancouver, British Columbia. That's interesting. We're going to want to make this a balcony, I think, mostly. Well, maybe not. Let's see. Let's make this a balcony. And then 7. Make that a regular. Assign tab. Let's see what we got. That's cool. I can live with that. I like it. Let's put a stair at the end. Cool. Nice. And maybe a railing on it. Okay. Great. I like that swoop actually too. That's really neat. That's a nice curve. It feels good to me. Let's just look at it for materials now. Taking a look. Yeah, SketchUp Warehouse, though, if you want a real-world building that exists, or a piece of furniture, or a specific screw, or anything like that, check there first. It is highly useful for such things. Great. That's looking good to me. Now, I think, let's see, where are we at? I guess I'll go ahead and just finish connecting these together at least a little bit one more time. Having the bridges also helps block the eye, which is nice. I'm just going to do this one separately. Mesh, plane, 4 meters, 7, R. Great. GZ up. Now, the reason to do that, come on, is because it's its own object. Now I can do local. It'll actually remember where I'm at. EY4. Cool. OGZ. Great. Cool. Let's rotate a little more. There we go. And now join it to the other one. Great. Well, let's go down too far. That's bizarre. It's because it's thinking it's inverted. Let's see. Face orientation. No, it's right. Come on, you stupid. Can we bring it up a bit more and have it fix? Oh, damn it. Don't do that. Did I bring everything up? Yeah, I did. Undo. Great. I mean, I don't know that I care that it goes down too much, but let's see. Tab A, G, Z. Is that better? No, it's still going to go through. Whatever. I'll live with it for right now. E. Cool. O. Down. And E. And down. And see if that gets us what we want. I think it will. Yeah, reasonably so. Bridge complete. We can hide that, I think, and we probably will. Maybe with one of these. Let's do that. Alt-D, G, RY 180. Cool. That's kind of neat. Okay, that'll block it up enough that that'll be fine. It looks kind of neat too. Okay. And we've gone across all that, and have we connected everybody? I guess we haven't quite connected everybody. We got the few more, but whatever. I think that's going to be enough for right now for connecting. As we try to add some other stuff to it now. I want to take this piece here. Tab. It's just this. Okay, first off, L. I'm just going to object and set its origin to itself because it's going to make my life easier. Set origin to geometry. Okay. And make sure it's scaled appropriately. It is. Good. And I selected everything on it, right? I think. Yep. Let's try Shift Q. This is random flow. Settings, turn off dynamic scale. And let's generate some tubes. We're going to make 50 of them. All over this weird ass rock. Let's see what that gave us. We're going to make them a width of 0.5. Yes. That's looking okay. I'm going to tweak it a bit more. I'm going to first set it back to 5, just so I can tweak it a bit more without it freaking out every time and generating a ton. It needs to have an offset of up to 1. Yeah. Cool. And a bevel resolution. Yeah. I want to keep it low. I don't want to add too many polys to it, but I think maybe we'll make it 2. Yeah, that feels better. Well, let's now we've got that. Let's go back up to maybe 50 is too many. Let's go to like 25. Oh, but before we do, auxiliary, limit the body so they don't go under each other. Every time you do this, it has to think, and it's thinking through enough polys that it takes a little while. So, great. F9. 25. Again, we're trying to lay out ideas of things more than pipes that necessarily make sense in this space. So I tend to get hung up on like, but it doesn't look exactly. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But I'm not sure that I like the limit body. So let's get rid of it and see what we think I might prefer without it. Yeah, that's cool. Let's do that. I'm into it. Cool. And then again, extras, utility, flanges and couplings. Come on. Flanges and couplings. We're going to go with custom. Flange heavy. This is a new body only. I have not used this since he updated the modifier. Changed the UI a little bit. That's fine. Radius of 0.75. Right. Probably huge now. Let's see. Oh, that's about right. And maybe even go to 1. Just make them honking. Yes, we'll make them honking. Maybe not 1, but point. We'll split the difference. 8.5. And we'll create 2 of them per space. Good. And we're going to make them material. Our pipe is going to be, you can just go with distress hull, I guess, for both. And maybe, see, there's another metal, wasn't there? Metal tubes dirt. Maybe want to go the other way around on that, actually. Yeah, I should make this metal tubes dirt. Because it's a tube. Let's do that. Dirt, metal tubes dirt. And then this is going to be distressed hull. Now let's take a look. We need to fix our ground soon too. it's just going to slow everything down. So that's why I'm waiting. It's already pretty slow. But that looks right. Yep. Good snow on that one. Cool. I'm into that. Yeah, I like that. That's fun. Maybe we do something similar, but a little bit more contained, just to make our life a little bit easier here on this one. Let's just look at it. Tab. How big is that? Oh, it's not bad. 3. Let's just select that in there. Cool. And then we do a Shift Q. Tubes. It should keep our previous settings. We just change the seed. We might make them a little bigger this time. No, that looks good. Cool, I'm into that. And then grab them and extras, utility, flanges couplings. Again, we got to select the flange 3 heavy. Cool. And then that is going to be, we're still on our pipes. That's going to be dirt, metal tubes, dirt. And our distressed hull. We just want to give some clues that this is not low tech necessarily. And that one's fine. I like those 2 there. Let's do a couple more. Maybe we'll do this one now. This one's going to be a little bit. Let's see. We'll do a loop. Yeah, it will. Plus, great. It does a loop. Cool. Come back out. And Shift Q. Tubes. This time, let's change our maximum length to like 25, so they can be long ones. Let's see what that gives us. Because it's a bigger space. Yeah, that's what we want. I don't mind the overlap. I think I'm okay with it this time. Q, extras, utility, flanges and couplings. There's 3 heavy. Good deal. This is dirt. And then this is distressed hull. Very cool. Definitely makes, yeah, I like that better. We're going to do more of that, I think. Let's do it around this big one, because this is kind of our focal point anyway. Right now, anyway. We'll grab that. Plus. Sure, we'll let it even go a little bit further. Shift Q. Tubes. And I think I will, let's try limiting the body and see what it does. Now they're in a little bit less chaotic of a layout than that first one was. We'll try it. It's a thinking. Nah, they're kind of weird. I think I'm going to undo it. Let's try without it. I don't mind them overlapping versus... It seems to make like strange angles otherwise. And again, you know, got to let our OCD go. Yeah, that's better. These are just there to represent things. They're not necessarily there to actually be anything important. They're just there to look and fill out the space and make us go, oh yeah, there are pipes. That's it. Okay, it gets so easy to be like, but. The problem with 3D art in general is you can micro fixate on things to the point where it's like, it does not matter. It really doesn't matter. You have to constantly keep telling yourself, pull back, remember the big picture. Cool, that's better. I'm liking those. Save again. So we can keep doing the other ones, and I might even, since I probably will do the sky again off camera, just because the sky is the same as every time. But let's come through here and fix the ground first. So we need to just grab, in shading, our combined cold node. And then we're going to grab this, and we're going to edit the auto terrain palm so we don't have to change it for every one. And we'll just come to the end of it and paste. And it's going to think for a second. Yep. And there's combined cold. And throw it on there. We'll leave displacement off so it's a little faster. And if we look at this now, it's going to take it like 3 times as long. But we have snow on our rocks now too, which helps us out for what we want this time in this sort of environment. Save, and I'll go grab the sky. Append from yesterday. World, outer space world. I don't think I did any changes to it. I think it's just the default outer space world from Ian Hubert's Patreon, but you know, we'll grab it anyway. Outer space world. Dark, yep. And our sun, I know, was just a basic ass. Light, sun, with Kelvin 10,000. So it's bluer, slightly angled, and it was irradiance of 2, so brighter. And that's the basis for our world. We'll probably put some fog and shit in here too, but not bad. It's starting to come together for sure. So I'm feeling pretty good about this one. We fractured our ground. We got a lot more ground we can play with and add to this if we want to, or cut into separate scenes if it gets to be too high poly. We have the sort of the overall layout, and I like it. And then we kind of played with our sort of square area here, made some walkways that make sense, reused some old buildings, made some new ones, or took some new ones from the Roman thing and then tweaked to them. Yeah, not bad. Not a bad hour and a half, or I guess now hour and 40 minutes. The fog and shit. Yes. I have a way with words, don't I, Michael? Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I appreciate it, as always. I hope it was interesting. Again, as always, sometimes I worry, I'm like, I just do the same thing over and over again, but, you know, whatever. That's kind of the job. Anyway, I'll be back again tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great rest of their day, and hopefully I'll see you then. Take care, folks. Bye.